fragile. It must be German. Hello everybody, thank you for joining me today. I do truly appreciate it. And I've done now a couple of videos of limited edition German language books that I've gotten from a company called Buchheim Verlag. And they put the logo on their books, CD, Cemetery Dance, Germany. And this CD Germany, does a fabulous job making fabulous books. And when I buy them here in Central Florida, they show up quickly. So I'm not pre-ordering books. I'm waiting for years and years, hoping one day I'll get to see them. I'm getting them immediately. So they're really doing the job well. And I bought a book from Philip Fracassi book that I'd read and loved and had various copies of. And this book is called Boys in the Valley. And I saw that this CD Germany, Buchheim Verlag, was publishing a German version. Usually, I don't read German, so usually I don't buy foreign language books. But this one looked so good. The cover artwork looked so good. And it turned out the interior illustrations were so good that I went ahead and bought it. And then when I got it, I was very surprised, pleasantly surprised about how nice the book was, the quality. Not only did it look great, but it was great quality stuff. So I mashed them buttons. I found out they had Mongrels by Stephen Graham Jones, so I ordered me one of them. And then somebody mentioned, you ought to order the rest of the Stephen Graham Jones books. So I went and looked. Sure enough, dummy, they had more on their website for sale, and I got a couple of them coming. These are books that I've read and I really love. The first two books in the Indian Lake trilogy, My Heart is a Chainsaw and Don't Fear the Reaper. And I ordered them. The friendly neighborhood mail lady has delivered directly from, where is it from? Frankfurt. From Frankfurt. And I'm a big fan of Frankfurters. I've always loved them. No ketchup. But anyway, this is something different. Anyway, they are in. Buchheim Verlag has delivered. And so far, I've gotten 2 books from them. They've showed up quickly, looking great. Very pleased with the quality, with the production, with the way they were protected, and all that stuff. So guess what? I'm a customer. I'm in. They publish books that I want, and I'm buying them. That's part of my collection now. One of my favorite publishers list. It's a long list, not that long, but I do have my favorite publishers. Some of them that I truly love. Folks like Earthling Publications, SST, Suntup Editions. I hate to miss some Levidian Publications. These are some of the publishers that I do truly love. I feel like I'm missing somebody. Surely I'm missing somebody, and I'm going to feel like I've been neglectful. But anyway, some of my favorite publishers. Buchheim Verlag is back in. So this is how the 2 books came. I just ripped off the bubbles on top. And here are a couple of packets. They say CD, Cemetery Dance, and it has German writing. That is dextrose. I know now. I didn't know at first, but it is dextrose. And look here, a whole bunch of bookmarks. So let me set this box here to the side real quick. And see, I've shown you bookmarks from A Child Alone with Strangers. I've shown you a bookmark from Mongrels. They looked very great. But here are more. House of Small Shadows by Adam Neville. Any Adam Neville book collectors out there, check that out. I love the book-specific bookmarks that feature art from the book and a little bit of stuff about the book. To me, these are special, great additions. And this right here, this makes me want to go read House of Small Shadows by Adam Neville. I don't know if this is a bad thing or not. I've never read Adam Neville. I've had a few people recommend him. I just haven't gotten to it. But Buchheim Verlag might have just convinced me. And check this out, Rovers by Richard Lang. Man, I love these kind of bookmarks. And I guess they figured, hey, if the dumb guy from Central Florida, United States, is going to keep buying more of our books, maybe we'll see, we'll show him some more of what's going on. And Jeff Terry's very favorite, Richard Chismar, Chasing the Boogeyman. great looking bookmarks, great looking artwork. These folks do everything well, it appears, to make them look great. Rio Ewers, 1,000 Trees. Golly, check that out. Just make good looking stuff, man. I got a whole stack of bookmarks in here. The Ocean Dark by Christopher Golden. And I have read Christopher Golden short stories. I've never read a novel from him. And I think it's something I may have to remedy. I've looked at a couple. I just haven't gone there yet. And then books that I've got in this box, I'm thinking. Stephen Graham Jones, My Heart is a Chainsaw. And there's the back of it. This artwork just looks so good. So good. I don't think I can go without having it on the shelf, really. It just looks so good, and that's why I've ordered these books. But let me open up the box and show you what they look like. Each book, in this case, being individually wrapped in the bubble wrap. Almost there. Sometimes you gotta work for it. Sometimes you just gotta work for it. But the Buchheim Verlag comes in a black gift wrapping this time, tissue paper with that very classy looking sticker. Let's just tear it off like a kid at Christmas time. I'm not trying to impress the parents by my restraint. I just want to dig in, tear in, and get my stuff. And this one is Don't Fear the Reaper. It's the second book in the Indian Lake trilogy. So I'm going to show you real quick, and I'm going to set it to the side. Since it's the second book, perhaps it should go secondly. So I'm going to get the first book out here, quick as I can, see if I can do a better job of getting this thing unwrapped. And this one here should be My Heart is a Chainsaw. Once again, the tissue paper and the nice sticker there. Let's get this out. This is a series that I almost didn't read, and it was for me a deciding factor in whether or not I was going to be a Stephen Graham Jones guy. I had read Mongrels and I loved it. And then I read probably his most well-known book, The Only Good Indians, and it was good. For me, I didn't love that book. And then My Heart is a Chainsaw was up next on my reading, but it was a book that, if you're just looking at overall Goodreads average reviews, it seemed like it was a very mixed bag on whether or not people liked this book. And so I was kind of at a point where I said I loved one and I didn't really love one. So I got to admit, I decided I'll read this book and decide for here if I want to continue reading Stephen Graham Jones stuff. Guess what? When I read My Heart is a Chainsaw, I really, really dug this one. I loved the book, and I read the second one, Don't Fear the Reaper, and I loved it too. So Stephen Graham Jones for me hit it out of the park. This is a slasher book, a book about slasher, but it's not what you think. That's all I'm really going to tell you about it. But great characters, and a book that I really love. And this artwork on the front of this book helps in so many ways to tell and reinforce the story. And I love the throwback look to it. I love the colors, and what we've seen there. You can kind of see the shiny, viscous looking, wet stuff on parts of it. It almost looks like, in this case, it would be, it would be the blood. It would be the blood, and it looks so good. Man, I'm such a fan. Buchheim Verlag is now on my list of favorite publishers out there. Machete. But great stuff. Let's open this up. It is illustrated, and the illustrator here is Vincent Chong. So Vincent Chong Illustrations. Iris Backmeyer did something. I'm assuming that maybe has something to do with forward or afterward or something like that. But this is book 1 in the Indian Lake trilogy. It is signed and limited to 999 copies. This is number 909, and you can see it a little bit better on this one than the other ones I've shown you. You can see that embossed stamp right there, which is neat. The publisher doing that limited edition Buchheim Verlag. It just helps add a little bit of neatness to it, and even more on the authentication side. but it is signed by Stephen Graham Jones as well as Vincent Chong. Now, these are illustrated books, and I want to show you the interior illustrations. First off, illustrated in papers. And I'm going to be careful here. Boys in the Valley, the back page illustrations spoiled it, but this one does not. So front and back are the same. And then let's look through here, see some of these interior illustrations, and then I'll show you Don't Fear the Reaper. And, oh, cover your eyes, darling. The very beginning of the story. Such great artwork. Just a Slasher 101. If you read the book, you'll see what that's talking about. Jade, Jennifer, at times the story goes back to papers that she wrote in school. She had a teacher that let her write some of her papers about slashers. And Jade is a slasher fanatic, and she thinks that their little town is about to be dealing with a slasher of their own. Is she right? Isn't she right? Is there somebody killing folks? I mean, the questions abound. You really have no idea who's doing what throughout the story. And I think that's part of what makes it great. The second book, same setting. Jade Daniels is a major character, but Jennifer Daniels, Jade Daniels, but the killer's different. Or is it? Again, you got to try to figure out what's going on as the story goes on. So the artwork inside is nice. I love it, and it's what attracted me to this publisher, the artwork. I don't want to miss anything. I'm trying to flip through here and catch them all for you. You tuned in, might as well give you what you paid for, which is nothing. That's all I give anyway. I give nothing. Just talk a little BS for a little while, turn some pages, open some stuff, show some things that other people made. But anyway, there we go. Awesome, man. The artwork in this book, I really like it. I dig this. I don't know, it's hard to say. This is the third one from this publisher that I've unboxed, and they've all been great. The interior illustrations for this one may be my favorite. Maybe my favorite so far, the ones they did. I'd have to go back and look at Boys in the Valley and check that one out. So much amazing artwork. And in US dollars, I ended up paying about, with shipping and all, around $70, maybe $72 for these, something like that. That includes shipping from Germany. And I got what I paid for and then some. That's why I went back. Well, that's why I went back to the well, because I really got my money's worth. I was really happy with what I got. But that is My Heart is a Chainsaw. Now let's check out book 2 in the Indian Lake trilogy, Don't Fear the Reaper. I read that one. I think I did a review on that one. I've shown you the SST edition of it. But let's see the Buchheim Verlag, CD Germany. Let's show you what they've done with what I think is a great story. Books that I would recommend. And take the shrink wrap off here and check it out. But again, just like the others that I've shown you, you've got that. It is a library bound. It doesn't have a dust jacket, so the art is directly on the boards. But it's not cheap laminate stuff. It's good quality stuff. And you can see the glossiness on some of the portions of the front image as well. Look at that. Man, the spine's going to look good on the shelf, as well as on the back. So in the last one you saw a machete. Here you see a what? What do you see? A hook. On Mongrels we saw a footprint. But the hook definitely plays into it. And it plays into the final scene of this book, which just is awesome to me. The very last thing that the book leaves us off on. I love it. But anyway, there's the cover, and it looks so good. I didn't show you on the last one, but you do have quality Smith sewn binding, built-in ribbon page markers. It's good stuff. Not only does it look great, but it's good stuff. And take a look again at the cover. This one has a character. I love everything about this villain, Dark Mill South, from the way he's described and the way he looks here. To the name. And Stephen Graham Jones has a cool story of the Dark Mill South from a Jerry Reed song where he misunderstood Doc Millsap. I think it was Doc Millsap. He's got a kid that could eat up his weight in groceries. he always thought the song said Dark Mill South. Anyway, he ends up naming this character Dark Mill South from misinterpreting lyrics in a song. And I've got, growing up, there's some songs that I definitely was way off on the lyrics in there. So it kind of makes me smile, that story of his. And then again, the end papers on the front, let me check and see what they look like on the back. Same on the back, it looks like, unless I missed something there. But it is signed and limited. These copies are numbered to 999, I believe. And the artwork on this one also is Vincent Chang. Let's look at the signature page. And yeah, Stephen Graham Jones, Vincent Chang, number 729 of 999. And their cool embossed limited edition seal right there on the corner. I dig it. Everything they do just seems so good to me. Let me flip through here and show you some of this Vincent Chang artwork. Man, they really done this. These books look so great. So great for limited edition book collectors to be able to get stuff that is so nice, looks so good, and you put it on the shelf, and other folks, for me it's just the kids, my wife, they're going to look at these and they're going to want to say, wow, that looks cool. I like that one. Then I'm going to say it's in German and they'll say, stupid. Why'd you buy a German book? That's all right. I do stupid stuff all the time. No, it's not stupid. Buying good looking books, in my opinion, signed limited editions, stories that I love, even if I can't read this particular edition, I want to have, man, that's neat. Read the story. I strongly recommend it. I want to have the good quality, great looking versions of these books that I do love. And sometimes it means buying something like this, because you got a company over there in Frankfurt, Germany, just making the books so nice that I cannot resist. They've got a customer over here in Brooksville, Florida. There he is. Doc Millsap, or Dark Mill South. There he is. He is the prototype of a slasher. Big, massive guy. The long hair hanging down over his face. The hook for the hand. Just so much about him. Just rings every bell. And I like it. I like it. I like my slashers to be big and scary and intimidating and unstoppable. Powerful, overbearing, whatever. That's the way I dig it. I've always dug. To me, scary. That's scary to me. But I think there's a couple more illustrations in here. Let's take a look at these. There's another one there. Just amazing stuff, amazing productions. I'm a big fan. Buchheim Verlag, CD, Germany. I'm a big fan, I'm in. And there it is, you can see on the cover. CD, Cemetery Dance, Germany. And this is Band 22. I think that would mean it's their 22nd publication. So I'm not going to go back and buy all their books, but I am buying their books when I can. Books that I dig, authors that I dig. And with that being said, I can think of no more lies to tell. So thank you for your time. I do truly appreciate it. Say la vie, baby. Doo-doo.